Before Olympus, before Valhalla, before the gods wrote laws into the sky, there was a mountain that cracked open, beat, and from stone, something looked back at the universe. Part 1, The Birth of Stone. Long before emperors ruled China, before dynasties rose and fell, on the mountain of flowers and fruit stood a single stone. It had endured storms for millennia. Lightning split it, heaven's breath touched it, earth's essence nurtured it. Then one day, it broke, and from its shattered core emerged a monkey, not born of womb, not shaped by gods, not written into destiny. He was self-created. The heavens trembled. When the monkey opened his eyes, beams of golden light shot into the sky, piercing the celestial court itself. The Jade Emperor noticed, but he did nothing. Not yet. The monkey laughed, and in that laugh, the first rebellion was born. Part 2, King of Monkeys. He wandered the forest. He learned to climb, to leap, to rule. The monkeys of the mountain saw something different in him. Not strength, not size, but fearlessness. He crossed waterfalls no one dared cross. Behind the water curtain, he found a hidden cave, a throne. He claimed it. From that day on, he was no longer just a monkey. He was the handsome Monkey King. But kings grow restless, and the Monkey King feared one thing: death, not pain, not battle, death. Part 3, The Seeking of Immortality. He left his kingdom, crossed oceans, walked through human lands, disguised himself. Eventually, he found a master, a mysterious, immortal sage who agreed to teach him, if he proved worthy. The Monkey King endured years of silence and discipline. Then one night, the master taught him secrets. The 72 transformations. Cloud somersault travel, 108,000 lire in one leap. The art of immortality, shape-shifting. Body duplication from his own hair. He became more than monkey. He became a celestial anomaly. But arrogance followed. He showed off. He mocked the heavens. The master expelled him. "You will bring disaster," the sage warned, and he was right. Part 4, The Weapon. The Monkey King descended into the Eastern Sea. He bullied the Dragon King of the ocean, demanded a weapon worthy of him. None could satisfy him, until they brought out an ancient pillar. A staff used to measure the depth of the seas. It weighed 13,500 jin, too heavy for gods, but not for him. It shrank at his command, expanded at his will. It answered him. He named it Ruyi Jingu Bang, the compliant golden staff. He carved his name into the underworld registry, erased his species from the book of death. He declared war, not with weapons, but with ego. Part 5, Heaven's Humiliation. The Jade Emperor summoned him, but instead of destroying him, heaven chose politics. They gave him a meaningless title, Keeper of the Heavenly Horses, a stable boy. The Monkey King realized the insult, and that was the mistake. He broke free, returned to Earth, declared himself the great sage equal to heaven. Heaven tried to ignore him, but he grew stronger. He consumed the peaches of immortality, drank celestial wine, devoured Laozi's immortality pills. He became indestructible, so heaven sent its armies, 100,000 celestial soldiers. They failed. They sent Nezha. Failed. They sent Erlang Shen. That battle shook the skies. Transformation against transformation. Illusion against illusion. Finally, through deception, they captured him. Part King, the execution that failed the day. Heaven realized it could not kill him. He was chained, not with iron, not with mortal metal. These were chains forged from starlight, tempered in thunder, each link engraved with ancient celestial sigils, symbols of order, obedience, hierarchy. They dragged him across the jade floors of the celestial palace. The sound of metal scraping stone echoed through heaven. 10,000 eyes watched. He did not resist. He laughed. Not wildly, not hysterically, but with a quiet, infuriating confidence, as if to say, "You still do not understand what I am." Above him sat the ruler of the celestial court. Jade Emperor. For the first time, heaven felt uncertainty. This was not a demon king, not a rogue god, not an invader. This was something else, something that had slipped through destiny's script. Execute him! Lightning fell, not one bolt, thousands. Purple celestial thunder tore open the sky. The palace trembled as electricity wrapped around his body. The air smelled of ozone and burnt cloud. When the storm ended, he was still standing. Smoke rose from his fur. He grinned. Again! Heaven summoned fire, true fire, the fire that refines immortality. Samadhi fire flames swallowed him whole. The celestial court turned crimson. Gods shielded their eyes. The fire burned for 3 days. When it faded, he stepped forward from the ashes, unbroken. Then came the blades. Divine weapons forged in the earliest ages of creation. Swords that had ended demon wars. Spears that pierced dragon kings. They struck him and shattered, not deflected, not blocked. Shattered, like glass striking a mountain. Silence fell across heaven. The problem was no longer his strength. The problem was that he had erased himself from death. So heaven turned to the one who did not govern politics, but existence itself. Laozi, the grand alchemist, the keeper of transformation. He did not frown. He did not rage. He simply nodded and ordered the furnace prepared. The 8-trigram furnace. 8-trigram furnace. This was no ordinary furnace. It was a cosmological engine. Within it, the forces of heaven and earth rotated in sacred balance. Heaven, earth, thunder, wind, water, fire, mountain, lake. Inside this furnace, reality was rewritten. He was thrown inside. The door sealed. Darkness. Then, ignition. Day 1. He roared. Day 3. He cursed. Day 7. He fell silent. Day 14. He questioned. Day 21. He began to fear, not death, but dissolution. The idea that even he could vanish. The furnace did not simply burn the body. It burned ego, identity, pride. Each flame stripped something away. Each breath of fire forced reflection. He could not escape. He could not fight. For the first time, he endured. On the 49th day, the furnace opened. Smoke rolled across the palace floor. He stepped out, alone, changed. His fur darkened, his muscles tighter, but it was his eyes that silenced heaven. Fiery golden eyes. They were no longer wild. They were penetrating. He could now see through illusion, through disguises, through deception, through the thin veil that gods hid behind. He saw truth, and truth is more dangerous than strength. Then he moved, not in rage, but in decision. He erupted from the celestial palace. His staff expanded like a pillar holding up the sky. Ruyi Jingu Bang columns shattered. Clouds split. Celestial generals fell from the heavens like broken stars. Heaven burned, not in fire, but in humiliation. The Jade Emperor, ruler of 10,000 realms, panicked and called upon someone older, someone beyond bureaucracy, someone who did not govern by fear. Part 7, Buddha, when power met dimension. The sky did not crack, it quieted. Stillness descended across the battlefield. And then he appeared, Tathagata Buddha. He did not glow, he did not rage. He simply existed, calm, unmoved. He looked at the Monkey King, not as an enemy, but as a child who had mistaken rebellion for freedom. If you can leap beyond my palm, Buddha said softly, heaven is yours. The Monkey King laughed. Too easy. He somersaulted. Cloud somersault. In a single flip, he crossed 108,000 li. Stars streaked past him. Galaxies spun beneath his feet. He traveled beyond clouds, beyond constellations, to what he believed was the edge of existence. There stood 5 towering pillars. He carved his name into one, left his mark, proclaimed victory, then returned, smiling, triumphant. Buddha lifted his hand, opened his palm. 5 fingers, the pillars. He had never left. Not distance, not speed, not strength. This was not a battle of power. It was a difference of dimension. In that moment, his arrogance fractured. Buddha turned his hand. Reality compressed. 5 elements, mountain. The mountain fell. Earth sealed him beneath its weight, not as punishment, as pause. 500 years passed. Spring became winter. Grass grew over stone. Rain carved lines into rock. He could not die. He could not sleep. He could not forget. Time became his teacher. Arrogance dissolved. Silence grew. Reflection replaced fury. Part 8, the pilgrimage. The journey that refined him 5 centuries later, a monk arrived. Tang Senzong, a mortal. Chosen to retrieve sacred scriptures from the West, the monkey king was freed, but not restored. A golden band was placed upon his head. Golden headband with a single chant. Pain, blinding, crushing. He was no longer king. He was guardian. Thus began the journey to the West. Not a road trip, not an adventure, not a monster of the week story. It was refinement, a moving furnace. Every demon they faced was not random. Each one represented a flaw, a temptation, a test. And the deeper truth is this: the demons were not just enemies, they were mirrors. 1. The white-bone demon. White-bone demon. If you ask most readers which demon hurts the most, it is not the strongest one. It is the white-bone demon, because she doesn't attack with power, she attacks with illusion. Who she is. The white-bone demon is a skeletal spirit, ancient, patient, intelligent. She does not charge into battle. She transforms, first into a young village girl, then into an old woman, then into an elderly man. 3 disguises, 3 lies, 3 tests. Why she is dangerous. Sun Wukong sees through her instantly. His fiery golden eyes detect her true form, but Tang Senzong cannot. Tang sees only innocent humans. So when Wukong kills her disguise, Tang believes he murdered civilians. And here is the real horror. Wukong is right, but he looks wrong. That is the test. The real lesson this demon tests. Not strength, not speed, trust. Wukong must decide, do I follow my perception of truth or my master's command? When Tang expels him, Wukong feels betrayal. He saved them, and yet he is punished. This is the first moment Wukong experiences injustice without rebellion. He does not burn heaven this time. He leaves quietly. That silence is growth. 2. Red Boy, Red Boy. If White Bone Demon tested perception, Red Boy tests overconfidence. Who he is. Red Boy is the son of the Bull Demon King, a child, but not weak. He commands Samadhi fire. Not normal fire, not earthly flame, true spiritual fire, the same type used in cosmic purification. The battle when Red Boy unleashes the fire, Sun Wukong suffers. For the first time in the journey, he cannot brute force the solution. His body, refined in the furnace, is still vulnerable. He is nearly defeated. He struggles, he retreats, he seeks help, and that is new. The old Wukong would rather die than ask for assistance, but now he turns to Guanyin, and Guanyin subdues Red Boy. The lesson Red Boy represents: ego meeting a younger ego. Red Boy is arrogant, untamed, confident in his power, exactly like early Wukong. This battle forces Wukong to confront, I used to be this, and the lesson is powerful. Strength alone is not enough. Humility is survival. 3. The Bull Demon King. Bull Demon King. This is not just an enemy. This is history. Who he is. The Bull Demon King was once Wukong's sworn brother, one of the 7 great sages. They shared power, they shared ambition, they shared defiance. Before enlightenment, they stood side by side. Why they fight during the Fire Mountain arc? Wukong needs the plantain fan to cool the flames. The Bull Demon King stands in the way. Now the conflict is not power, it is loyalty versus duty. Does Wukong protect old brotherhood or protect the monk and the mission? He chooses the mission, and that choice defines his transformation. The lesson growth sometimes means leaving your old self behind, not because you hate it, but because you have outgrown it. The Bull Demon King represents who Wukong used to be: untamed, proud, unaccountable, Defeating him is symbolic. It is defeating the past. 4. The Yellow Wind Demon. This demon is less famous, but symbolically profound. Power, he controls wind and sand. Blinding storms, disorientation, chaos. He blinds Wukong's fiery golden eyes with sand. The very eyes that see truth are blocked. The meaning, sometimes clarity disappears. Even the enlightened can be confused. Vision is not permanent. You must continually refine perception. 5. The Gold and Silver Horn Kings. 2 demons with powerful magical treasures. They do not rely on strength. They rely on tools. Binding ropes, absorbing gourds, enchanted weapons. They capture Wukong. Yes, capture him. The lesson: intelligence beats brute force. Arrogance leads to traps. Wukong must outthink them. This marks a shift. He begins using strategy over pure aggression. 6. The Spider Demons. These demons represent temptation. They lure with beauty, with comfort, with pleasure. This is not a battle of fists. It is a battle of restraint. Tang Sunzang is tempted. Wukong sees through illusion. Again, perception versus desire. 7. The Six-Eared Macaque. Six-Eared Macaque. Now we reach one of the most philosophical demons. The Six-Eared Macaque is identical to Wukong. Same abilities, same appearance, same voice. No one can tell the difference. Not even heaven. Only Buddha can. The meaning: this is not a random villain. This is Shadow Self, the version of Wukong that never changed, the ego that never matured, the internal demon that mirrors you perfectly. This fight is not about strength. It is about identity, and only Buddha can distinguish the true from the false. The lesson is clear. Self-knowledge requires higher awareness. 8. General truth about the demons. Notice something. The demons grow more complex as the journey progresses. Early demons test strength, later demons test perception, then they test humility, then identity, then attachment. The journey is structured like psychological refinement. Each demon strips away pride, impulsiveness, overconfidence, anger, attachment, fear, until Wukong becomes something else entirely. The internal war, every time Tang Sunzang restrains him, that is a battle. Every time he chooses not to kill recklessly, that is a battle. Every time he protects instead of dominates, that is a battle. The demons are external manifestations of internal weaknesses. When he defeats them, he defeats parts of himself. Why this matters: because the journey to the West is not just about fighting monsters. It is about turning raw power into disciplined compassion, turning rebellion into responsibility, turning chaos into wisdom. By the end, Sun Wukong is not weaker. He is calmer, more controlled, more aware. He still has the staff. He still has the speed. He still has the transformations. But he no longer fights to prove himself. He fights to protect. And that is the difference between a demon king and a Buddha. Part 9, Enlightenment 14 years. 81 trials, blood, fire, temptation. They reached the West. The scriptures were obtained. Heaven awaited once more. But this time, no mockery, no dismissal, no insult. He was granted a title, not through force, not through rebellion, but through merit. He became the victorious fighting Buddha, not a god of chaos, not a threat to heaven, but an awakened being. To Renning. Sun Wukong was never meant to obey. He was born from stone, unwritten, unclaimed. He challenged heaven, defied death, burned in the furnace of transformation, and emerged, not broken, but refined. He began as rebellion. He ended as enlightenment. And yet, somewhere beneath that calm surface, still lives the monkey who once stood before the sky and declared himself equal to heaven.